Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is Father's Day. That is June the 18th, 2023. And this is your annual Toolaholics Anonymous meeting. Tonight, we're going to discuss, well, the cult that is a tool brand. And I mean that because some of these guys are so embedded in the belief that one tool brand is superior to another that they ignore facts, they ignore testing, they ignore real world experience to back themselves up. But before we get into that, why don't you introduce yourself, Mr. Tools and Tactics, and let them know who you are.
Tools and Tactics, electrician trade, also electrical inspector now, and just showing you guys better ways to do stuff, and hopefully you guys can learn something.
All right. BW's Electronic is here. Robert G is a channel member, so naturally his comment gets put up there. Robert G, thank you for your membership. Otters, Souls Train, these are all emojis that you have on our channel. Fred Smith, welcome back. Glad to have you here, Fred Smith, also a channel member. But no, so as you all know, I do a lot of testing of tools. And it doesn't matter whether it's Hart or Ryobi or Bauer, Milwaukee, DeWalt, Snap-on. It really doesn't matter. If there's a tool brand involved, there is somebody out there that is 1,000% convinced that it is the greatest tool brand ever, that everything they do is fantastic, and they do not, under any circumstances, want to hear anyone who they think is bad-mouthing their brand. I come from the belief, I own over 40 separate tool or battery-operated tool platforms, 250 conservatively power tools. I came from a world where we were actually out there in the field using them. And the idea of brand loyalty is stupid to me. It's honest to God, it's got to the point where it is all just personal preference. For the most part, the separation between brands isn't as good as it used to be, or isn't as big as it used to be.
Yeah.
And what is say DIY of today was professional not that long ago. They're all junk.
Some more than others. Yeah.
To watch this. Thanks, YouTube boobs. I wish I had a pair of those. I thought he was known as Tactical Errors. He is.
Yeah.
Your boy Ram says Snap-on has a really toxic cult. All of them do. For me, the worst one, and one of the reasons why I don't like the brand at all, though, is Makita. Every single Makita video you put out, what's up, Robert G? Every single Makita video that you put out, there is some little fanboy out there who is crying foul that their brand didn't win. And they've always got, and here's what I think is funny, because it's kind of like, not that we're going to delve into it, but it's kind of like politics. If you believe a certain way, you go actively looking for information that backs that belief up. Yeah. If you believe the opposite way, you can certainly go find information that backs that point of view up. Not that we're getting into politics, but it's the same with power tools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The problem is that just Makita's track record for anything powerful It's just not there. And just like you said, pretty much just pick whatever tool you want. The thing is that if you can get the job done with a Makita, you can get the job done with anything.
Well, there is some truth to that. Yes.
Yeah.
You're out in the field every day still.
Yeah.
I am not. I am retired. You're out in the field. How many mixed platforms do you see out there now?
So there's three. Really, there's three. It's Makita, DeWalt, Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
More Milwaukee than anything.
Yeah.
Then DeWalt. The DeWalt and Makita are pretty tied, you know. Electricians, you don't need that much torque to do what you got to do. Almost everything that you are going to run into is already threaded for you.
Yeah.
So there's that. I can tell you right now, though, if I was going to do anything else, it wouldn't. Makita wouldn't hold up. I mean, maybe for a handyman for here and there, but for heavy duty stuff, needing your battery to last a long time, getting more done per charge.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I agree with you about Makita. This is more like for me. You see, I've got the rigid hat. I'm actually wearing a
rigid underpants.
What's that?
I said you're actually wearing your rigid underpants.
I am actually. Anyway, I'm wearing a Ford shirt. Just because of tonight, just because of the topic that we've got here, because like I was saying, so many dudes are just, they're of the belief that whatever they've got is the best. And it's not true, because nobody makes the best everything. Yeah. And you all should have a mixed lineup. Now, I can understand if you're out on the job site wanting to have the same battery platform as everybody else. In that case, I can certainly understand the guys that are out there and they're buying Milwaukee but to say that Milwaukee is the best, it's not true. DeWalt's not the best. Festool certainly ain't the best. You know, it doesn't matter the tool brand, because none of them make the best everything.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying there?
Yep. I was looking at some of the comments there.
Yes, Kansas. That is 100% accurate. If you're not getting trashed and not part of the conversation, you're a Makita guy. Yes. Mixed brands on job site as outlets are usually at a premium. That's true, but I always found that, like, because we traveled when I was doing it, we traveled all over the country. I never carried the tools with me. I always bought new when I got to the next site, and we would just charge them up at night, and we had a generator on site we would run off of.
Yeah.
You must be a part-timer. Yeah. 40K on a toolbox. Snap on. When you look, like, Snap-on is a cult. The guys that are buying them, that is a cult 100%, because I can't tell you how many of them think that the tool makes them better.
Yeah.
Exactly right, B-Dub. Nobody is the best. They all make good and bad tools.
Have I tried a stack battery on Makita? Let me think.
I think you tried a flex battery on it.
No, I don't know. I'd have to think about what adapters I have to make that happen. Yeah. Yes, we have. Yes. Yeah. We put not a flex, but we put DeWalt on there. We put these. We put these on a Makita. On the router.
It would explode, George. That Kansas tools. It would explode. So, what do you guys think when you talk to other tool guys? We all talk to tool guys. That's why we're here. That's why we take part of Toolaholics Anonymous. when we talk to other tool guys, do you have that feeling like by nature, none of us like to be confrontational? Some of us do, but most of us don't. So when somebody's just spouting off about, oh, DeWalt, for instance, do you just kind of roll your eyes and say, uh-huh? Or do you fire back with, well, yeah, DeWalt makes a good this, but their impact drivers aren't that,
Right.
My son got me a Snap-on hat with an American flag on the front for Father's Day. Snap-on Milwaukee, DeWalt, Matco, Rigid, Cornwell, Icon, Mac, Flex, Knipex, Gear Wrench, Capri, HFT, FTW. Thanks, JW. I appreciate that. Renegade's Garage is here. Renegade, great channel here on YouTube. You should go check him out. Anytime that you feel the need to really understand what a retired expert thinks, he's the man. Another one that I'd love to talk to you about is Dr. Left Hand Thread. He does the same thing. Great guy, but a little more detailed. Got a great accent too. Usually just agree and laugh off in my head. People can think what they want to think. It doesn't affect me. I think that's what most of us do. But here on like YouTube or on social media, where those guys are just, they are obnoxious. I have one guy who apparently just found my channel this week. Woe's the pity for him. What do you show?
Keep talking.
Okay. So anyway, he found a few of my DeWalt videos where DeWalt didn't look so hot. And he is convinced that I am the worst SOB alive because somebody must be paying me to make DeWalt look bad. The fact is, we just let the tools do the talking here. Yeah. We let them do it. I don't have to force one thing. I don't have to pre-drill. I don't have to do any of that. Your tool is going to talk. And if your tool says I suck, well, guess what? And nothing I can do about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's up? Oh, and happy
on the DeWalt platform just solely because of the small batteries. That's all. That's the only reason. Yeah. They're not amazing. The Sander's pretty good.
You never hear one of those brand cult guys say the best brand is the one they don't have. Absolutely not. And it's kind of like, and I come at it from somebody that not only has actual field experience, but I own the tools. Like I try to buy as many as I can. YouTube boy. Thank you. I try to buy as many different brands as I can. I'm always out there looking for a different brand, something new to bring to the channel, something new to introduce folks to, because my belief is that the highest cost tools are rarely ever worth the money. The more affordable tools are rarely ever the worst. You know, it's just kind of finding the right balance. That's why, like, I built a channel. I still build the channel based on value. Value is defined as where price, power, and performance meet. So to me, I don't care about the brand color. I don't care about what the name is on the side of it. I just want to say, hey, this is what this tool can do. This is kind of where it falls. And if at the end of the day, that's the information you get, mission accomplished. If at the end of the day, you go, he said something bad about my tool brand, I don't care. Yeah. You're not that important. I mean, realistically speaking, viewers are important. But the guys that get bent out of shape over a tool test they're living in a world where things revolve around them.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you?
Yeah. I was going to say, not regret. What do you call it? Remorse. Buyer remorse makes you justify a lot of things.
Yeah. Yes, happy Father's Day, South Florida Tools. Hope you're all having a great day.
Oh,
Love
thanks,
all
Ron.
tools. Richard Hosey, how you doing? Rodney Widger. Love it. Tactics, I enjoyed the pipe bending video.
It was actually, so like I said before, because we did a live just testing out the new kind of layout with the camera here and the TV here and how far away I could get away from the microphone. You guys can still hear me the same. We did all that stuff just as a quick test, but then I mentioned that if the guy came over, that I would put him, live, and I didn't realize he was coming over that day. So he called me like 20 minutes later, and he was like, "Hey, bend some pipe, whatever." I was like, "Dang it, already." So it wasn't really necessarily for you guys. I mean, I'm glad you guys got a kick out of it. I realized I wasn't very accommodating. I wasn't answering comments as much. It was really for him to go back and look at it. And I made those 4 shorts or 5 shorts on pipe bending for you guys, but also for him for a quick reference. So appreciate you guys that stuck around and watched it. I know that it might not have been the best, funnest thing to watch.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, B-Dub. And the worst thing, like, I get labeled a rigid guy, and I own more rigid tools than I do anything else. So if I get labeled a rigid guy, okay. But I've shown them win. I've shown them lose. I've talked well about them. I've spoken poorly about them. I just look at them as kind of an open book. This is what they are. They're good at this. They're bad at this. I leave it at that, and I don't get bent out of shape if another channel comes out and they're like, rigid's going away in 2 months or whatever the hell they say, because they're animated about it. I don't really care. I just look at them. I'm like, yeah, you've been saying for like 5 years now. Maybe your credibility isn't that high.
Your nonchalant jokes are legendary, dude. That's awesome.
Thanks, sir. Thank you. It's just one of those things. Like, it just doesn't make sense. You want to label somebody. Labels are ways that we identify each other when we don't have the brains or the intellect to come up with an apt description. We label something. Like, I look at you and I could say, as a nice label, user error.
Yeah.
First of all, anybody that watches us knows that's kind of one of your nicknames. But I could label you a DeWalt guy.
Yeah. So when you don't stage anything on YouTube and you want to show someone the whole picture and not cut anything out so they can see the whole story, there's going to be some errors. But for the most part, man, I'd rather you guys see me struggle so you know what it's like in the real world. I don't want to make a quick, clean-cut video with no stress about it and make you guys think, oh, that was easy. That's no fun. You guys got to be there while I'm messing up too.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why I test, especially if I think it's going to be controversial, I test the tools live.
I've never tested anything without, like, I usually rip it open right there in front of you guys with the saw, the box, and then see what it can do.
That's true. Yeah, and I don't do that because I do want this. I do want the tool to perform as well as it can. So I make sure that the batteries are charged. I make sure that it is good to go. And then I'll be like, here we go. We're going to give it a shot. I also test the tools off camera quite a bit so that I can figure out what matches up well with another, so that I don't have such lopsided comparisons. Where, and we've all seen the videos where they'll do like 30 tool tests and one brand, coincidentally held by the only professional, will win like 28 of those contests.
Right.
You tested a grinder on your finger today.
Oh man.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that, Richard. What's up, Juan? Glad to have you here. Is
Well,
this the end?
Going down your finger, you got an STD though.
Yeah, but I got mine from a female. You got banned from the petting zoo. Just gonna say we've got to protect the kids out there. I mean the goats, people.
They all call me the goats because I'm the greatest of all time. Just saying.
No, they call you a goat because that's what the police caught you in. Oh, the other thing, like people that are new to the channel may not be aware. We talk to each other like we would on the job site.
Probably like 3 hours a day, like literally. I'll be in inspections and we'll just be talking.
Yeah, not lately. You've been too busy for me, so.
No, it hurt his feelings. I see. Hey, it's been busy though, man. It's been real busy.
Remind you of Flex Advertising, huh? God bless you. Just got a nick. Well, glad to hear you still got all 10 digits. Oh, to go along with this, I can tell you worst, like which one of the social media platforms is the worst for fanboys. And it's pretty clear. Facebook has the worst human beings alive on it. Like, it doesn't matter what you got. Somebody is going to have a mental breakdown because it's not the right tool or whatever. Right after them, YouTube. YouTube is one of the worst places on all of social media.
Really?
For fanboys. Like they come out of the woodwork on Facebook. They come under the rocks here on YouTube. And they get all kinds of upset if their brand doesn't do well. And like TikTok it has its moments, but for the most part, it's pretty smooth. And Instagram is the smoothest of all of them, which is weird because it's owned by Facebook.
Yeah.
But the people that are on Facebook tend to be older, a little more angry, I should say. As a matter of fact, the younger the demographic or the younger the platform, the less toxic it gets. If that makes sense to you.
What's my thought on the $99 flex drill?
It's okay.
The batteries make it worth it. That's why I bought it. I didn't buy it for the drill. Didn't buy it for the impact. Bought it for the batteries. Batteries are $80 each. So and the tool, if you're already in the flex lineup, put those batteries on your better tools. But for the average person, it's just fine. It's a great tool. But it's not. You know, I should run that. I should run like the 840 and the flex against each other. I'll probably do that when we get off of here on a short or something and see.
God bless. I look at it and say that was stupid. Oh yeah. There's a guy. There's a show called Moonshiners. One of the dudes his name is Josh. He was using an angle grinder to cut something up. And apparently it was his index finger that really got in the way. Now he's stubby.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, first of all, Richard, I'm sure you're only going to learn that mistake once. Or you're going to only repeat that mistake once. Tend to learn after that. Although, who knows? I don't know you, Richard. You might be a slow learner like tactics over there.
I was gonna say I've cut myself so many times just working with gloves, without gloves, doesn't matter. I've cut myself so many times that I just keep working. It doesn't even matter. Unless it's getting on my tools, man. We can't get blood on the tools.
You put a little black tape on it and you're good to go.
That's all you need, dude. Black electrical tape. Good to go.
Am I going to do a more extensive test with the rigid ratchet than I did with the rigid and cobalt impact? Well, what I'm doing is with those shorts, I am trying to gauge the audience. I am trying to see what you guys want to watch in a short format to decide whether I want to make a longer format on it. The cobalt impact, the cobalt impact wrench didn't get a whole lot of views, and I don't know why. It's a good. Did you get it yet?
Well, I hit him 3 times now, but you gotta make sure he's dead because he knows my face now.
You got to make sure that it's in there. I think the cobalt impact wrench is decent, but there are some severe flaws to it that I can understand why more people don't buy it. The rigid, though, I can't wait for people to start getting that. That sucker's great. It really is. Not because they sent it to me. I would think it was great. Regardless of the two, the rigid is the superior tool. Actually, let me get it. Let me grab those two. You entertain the folks for a second.
Right on.
I'm sorry, folks, that I have to do this, but it's time for you to ugly up your life.
Oh, do you want to see this? This is the 840. We all know about the 840. I'll grab the flex real quick. Run the screw.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What a dumbass. All right. Now you got to go back to my pretty face.
No.
Because I tell them to entertain you guys for a minute while I go grab this thing and that jackass walks off the screen.
I'm right here.
This is the problem with working with the learning disabled. I'm just going to say that. All right. So here you guys go. The cobalt right angle impact wrench. The first thing that stuck out to me is this anvil. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it clearly or not, but the ring up here is huge, leaving very little space back here for the anvil. That's where your socket is going to sit. Now you compare that to the rigid and you can see in a quick side by side that the rigid anvil is much more substantial, even though it's the smaller tool. The other thing that I really dislike about this is that you have to get your fingers inside of the molding here to go forward and reverse. It actually gets in the way.
Yeah.
It's disturbing. This is also slow, going only 2,000 RPM, where the rigid does 3,000 or 3,200.
Dang.
2,400. So 2,400 speed 1. It goes up to 3,200 in speed 3. So that's the other thing. Both are good tools. Both are very good tools. But the weight of the rigid, it does weigh a little bit more. It actually feels better in your hand than the cobalt. And the cobalt, like the overall design of it, not the best.
Dang, it's pretty big.
I mean, yeah, it is huge.
Like 18, 20 inches long.
It's a good size. I don't know how long it is.
How long is the rigid? See it?
It's also long. I mean, it's
both pretty big tools. Yeah,
they are. But this is just, I mean, form factor on it, speed, power. This is going to have more power than the cobalt. when torque test channel hooks up to their machine, it is going to have more power than the Cobalt. Just having used them, you can hear it when you run them. This is actually the superior tool. That is not to take away anything from the Cobalt, because the Cobalt guys, they like it. No one's telling you not to like it. Just the fact of the matter is that the rigid just happens to be better.
Right.
Kind of a theme between rigid and Cobalt, but still. That's my fanboyism right there. Tactics does compliment my ratchet. It's got a big head on it. It's big like that so you can beat your coworkers. Yes. Let's see, I like the orange and black better than the royal blue and silver. You get what you pay for. Cobalt fits in my hands just fine, by the way. Am I in the will yet? No.
No, just straight up no.
You get what you pay for and help on your live streams. It's true.
That is true.
I had the Milwaukee M12 right angle impact wrench, 1/2 inch and 3/8. Most of the Milwaukee guys swear by it. I think it's been shown that it's a little underpowered, but it's a 12-volt tool. Torque Test Channel put it up against a 24-volt tool and acted like they were surprised that it was more powerful, that the 24-volt tool was more powerful. It wasn't a surprise to anybody else.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good theory there, J-Dub.
The red tools.
My vote, make it longer. Well, white does have an... Oh, never mind. I was going to go there. What's up, Jamie? Glad to have you here. Tactics, give us a yo.
Yo. Hey, Learn with Juan is back. He was under the weather. So feeling better now. Good to have you here.
Well, glad to hear it. It would be cool if TTI is using that as a testing ground and decides to make an M18 version of it in the Milwaukee line. They might be. I don't know.
That'll be cool.
Cobalt is a great DIY tool brand, in my opinion. I would agree with you. Of all the DIY tool brands, Cobalt and Makita are the top two. Yeah, I said it.
I don't know. For DIY, Makita's too expensive for DIY, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't Makita like the same price as Milwaukee?
No, they're more expensive than the Milwaukee.
Yeah, so like for DIY, I don't know.
I've got one word for you.
The what?
Festool.
Festool, yeah.
Dudes out there buying Festool. They've never built a thing professionally in their life, but they got a garage filled of $40,000 worth of Festool stacked up to the ceiling for that one project they made for their wife 25 years ago.
Well, at least they're, working, woodworking and not freaking handle on something.
Yeah. I don't know when Cobalt released theirs. It's been a minute.
2 or 3 years ago, I think.
220 foot-pounds. Yeah. It didn't test to that high when Torque Test Channel got it, but no tool, or I can't say no tool, but very few tools ever reach their advertised specs. I don't even know why they put them on the box if they're not going to be even close.
Yeah.
I mean, the hammer drills alone, you got some of them out there that are saying, hey, we got 200 foot-pounds of torque, or what? Like they put it in inch pounds, 1,400 inch pounds of torque, which is about 110 foot-pounds of torque, 125 foot-pounds of torque, and they're not even close. Literally, they're not even close. Just be like, we don't know. Strong enough. What's your rating? It's strong enough. What's your go to the other guy? What's your rating? It says weak. Never held a Festool. Don't ever really plan to. I understand it, Jake. Sustainers. Oh yeah, the sustainer boxes. Makita is your snap-on tactics. I'm fighting words at my house. Versus years ago needs an IQ test. Has anyone used the right angle wrench, the DeWalt 20 volt right angle, the impact wrench? I haven't.
No, I haven't.
I made a special trip to Lowe's just to buy the Cobalt this week. I want to say I went Monday.
You made 2 trips.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't gone back for the other ones yet. I was there yesterday, and I was like, I don't feel like it.
That's literally what happened. You're like, no, I'm going to get out of here.
Yeah.
Did you buy the scraper at least?
What's that?
Did you buy the scraper?
No. No, I did not.
You just couldn't find one that screwed to the extension.
I mean, I could just tape them to the extension if I really truly wanted to. I can make my own. I could just thread, like get a wooden one and thread it.
There you go.
But I just at some point, my level of give a damn and my level of want to have got to meet. And right now, my give a damn wins most of those arguments. Souls, is your Cobalt on a 3/8? Yes, it's a 3/8. Is Iran, if you're going to buy it, they've got the starter kit for $99. Where you buy it's a 4 to 2 amp hour battery and a charger. You get a free tool. At least it was $99. I saw a little fuzzy stuff happening at Lowe's this week where I went Monday and it was $99 and I went Saturday and it was $150 again. Same store.
What's the measurement as far as how deep that is on the angle?
All right, let me go grab a tape measure. Here,
approximately.
You entertain there's no approximation here. We give them the honest stuff. So, by the way, you all check out my I put a new logo on YouTube today. I want to get you guys' reaction to it. So when we're done here, go over there and take a look. It's on my what do you call it? My landing page, my channel page, or whatever.
All right. What's up? Hey, at Harbor Freight, they got these magnetic slots where you can put different tools on and stuff. And they make a really good, almost like a, what do you call that? For the front of your shelves. Help me with the word here. Unless you can't hear me.
I can hear you.
What is that called? Edge banding. Makes good edge banding. That's rustic for the front of your shelves. So if you got some shelves that are just plywood, get you one of these magnetic things and put it on your front of your shelf. And then you got like double the capacity. Let's see here. Here's a stacked versus a stacked. So we got DeWalt 5. And we got Flexus 3.5. And you can see.
QD, welcome.
See the difference there. Now this one does have more voltage. So it's just slightly bigger. But I'm gonna put this on this 840 here. This thing
What's
feels
the model
like
number or what?
Feels like it has more torque. Both the tools. This one here has $100 with two 2.5s, which would be these here. And this is probably my favorite battery for Flex because it's just the smallest one. So Flex is pretty heavy in general.
Okay.
So I opted to just get 2 extra batteries, and I didn't really care if this tool was good or not. So I really haven't used it too much. But we'll get you guys a short here pretty soon with these.
Very nice. So here's an instance. So I've got the DCF 850. This is DeWalt's smallest impact driver, and it's the head on it is 4 inches. Right from here to there is 4 inches.
Yes. Yeah, Rodney, it's 18-inch magnet bar. What's the model number? The model number on the Flex FX1351.
And to give you guys for instance, this is as accurate as I can get it right now. You're looking about 2 3/4 for the rigid. And that's from here to here. So 2 3/4 definitely get you into a nice tight spot.
Nice.
And the cobalt, let's find out. Can't believe I'm doing this for you.
No, it's good to know because the 801 or is it the 901? The 901B from DeWalt is fairly compact and there's a whole freaking motor behind the anvil.
So you can see that the cobalt is just over 3 inches.
Yeah.
Call it 3. So pretty, it's not bad. I mean, they would both take up less space than a traditional impact driver, but they do not take the place of an impact driver. That's just the way of it. They have their usage. They have their time for you to break them out. I had a welcome new member. SZO Panther says, well, he is a new member. He entered the Otter today. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate you, Panther. Anyway, I'm talking about the DeWalt right angle impact wrench. To my knowledge, they don't make one. It is, I have not seen a DeWalt right angle impact wrench.
I don't know. Yeah, probably not.
Some great ideas, yes. But for me, like I had somebody tell me twice, same guy, tell me twice that a right angle impact wrench is not what you use on lug nuts. And I was like, you saw me use them on lug nuts. Did it appear as though they were having any trouble?
Huh.
The thing is, he thinks that I am using an impact driver because he doesn't know tools. He only knows brands.
Oh, because that's a wrench. Right.
So I felt bad for him. Not really. A ratchet is run by gears. Yes. Well, and ratchets are extremely low torque. Extremely low torque. I think the strongest one of them says they're like 40 foot-pounds. So, yeah. I mean, that's pretty low. When you consider there are drills out there that are saying they're 110. And then when you test them, they're probably around 20 or 25. The ratchets are around 20 to 25. which when you're doing spark plugs or interior body, like panels or whatever, that's all you really need.
Yeah, loosen them or even, calipers. I don't know if those right angles will fit between some of those spots. Anyway, they're fairly large. They might just break it loose with a ratchet and go to town on the bolt.
Well, the thing about like what Renegade said is that you don't typically use them on lug nuts, though. There aren't a whole lot of them out there. There's not very many places that make a right angle impact wrench.
Yeah.
But you saw literally, cars you're only supposed to torque down to like 75, 85 foot-pounds. I did 140. And it was easily able to take it off. It
didn't even impact that like twice.
Yeah, they were coming off real easy.
Yeah,
the strongest is snap on at 70 foot-pound. There you go. Which is ridiculous. You don't need a 70 foot-pound ratchet. Hey, Robert, what are some different jobs you would use an impact ratchet versus an impact driver? So this is going to be met with some controversy, but I'm sorry, I got a spider crawling right in front of me.
Nice.
Right on my camera. It's the night for it. Anyway, what you would use an impact ratchet for, it's no such thing as an impact ratchet. It's just a ratchet. Okay. It's a motorized ratchet if you really want to get technical with it. What you would use those for are things like spark plugs, very low torque type of things. An impact driver, you can use impact drivers are made for small fasteners where cam out is going to be an issue. You can use them for lugs, not lug nuts. You should not use them for lug nuts. It's going to destroy your tool because it builds up heat. You can use them for lags. You can use them for other types of fasteners. So they don't actually run over one another. They're two different types of tools altogether.
Yeah, I can see that be useful erecting steel buildings. Where you're bolting the steel together. The skid plate on the bottom of the uses some pretty hefty bolts, and the thing is metal. It weighs like 40 pounds. So you take that skid plate off the bottom to access your oil. At least you're supposed to. You can reach around it, but it's faster to just take the skid plate off. And then to do anything on that truck, like even to change out we're changing out the starter, I think. And you gotta take the whole freaking truck apart just to get to it.
Yeah.
Skid plate, wheel well, I mean everything comes out.
Yeah. I'm just going to address this one because it is a channel member. So Ken C said he's had more than one flat where he's had to use an impact driver to remove lugs. Dude, it's okay. You can do it. Just shouldn't be done all the time. It's not good for the tool to do that because impact drivers, regardless of what people on the internet tell you, aren't actually that powerful.
Yeah.
I did a video on it a while back, and I was like, hey, drill actually has more torque than an impact driver. So many people got upset from that. And I was like, let me ask you a question. What has more torque, a motor or a hammer?
Yeah.
But you can do it. I mean, you shouldn't, but you can. It's completely fine if you do once in a while, just not all the time. I just did a video with my Cobalt 24 volt max right angle impact wrench, Eric Nichols, by the way, and it can drive 6-inch lags and loosen my town and country lugs. It's a nice impact wrench. It really is. There's nothing wrong with the Cobalt right angle impact wrench. It's fine. I would recommend it for any homeowner that doesn't want to buy like a full size or high torque impact wrench.
Like for a wrench, it's a great deal. $100. It's great. Yeah. You get a wrench. It's compact. It can do anything you need it to do. And you got a 4 amp hour battery.
Yeah.
You won't have to charge it all year. There you go.
That's true. I probably haven't charged the Cobalt, but once. I only charge the Cobalt when I use it on screen.
Yeah. I'm going to get a 901B DeWalt because that is a 12-volt impact, which is severely underrated.
It is great.
I'm going to see how long that is because it's pretty incredible what they're fitting into these short spaces nowadays. I mean, you got a whole motor, a fan, everything behind here, and an
anvil.
Pallet. With it, you're only saving like what, 1.5 inches maybe. Now I'm curious what that 901 is. Just curious.
Go check.
It's in the car because I use it because I get flats often.
Okay. All right. 70 foot-pounds. I have just gotten to the point where if they put it on the box, I naturally don't believe them. An impact wrench that is shaped like a drill versus the ratchet. An impact wrench and a ratchet are two very different types of tools. You are going to use a ratchet for things that do not need a lot of power, more delicate work where you're afraid of damaging something. An impact wrench you're going to use for higher torque applications, typically metal on metal applications, such as your lug nuts, axle nuts, or your upper lower control arm, things of that nature, where it's metal on metal, and you are needing to have a little more torque.
All right, I'm going to tell you the secret.
A ratchet you could stop with your fingers.
This is the secret, okay? You keep your DeWalt's in a Makita bag.
Well, it is that mark.
No one steals your DeWalt.
It's true. I wouldn't touch that bag. Stigmatism.
I keep the 5 in there. And then, man, this Harbor Freight thing, everyone complains on the internet because it's heavier and you lose torque and all that. It's actually heavier, so you might actually gain torque. So the amount of torque that you lost because you're through the adapter, you gain a little bit just because of the momentum of the weight of it too. But this thing will break 150 foot really quickly. So it doesn't really matter. But this thing will actually drive
there you go.
the deck screw just as fast as this thing will. Because it doesn't slow down.
Oh, that's a good thinking. That's good thinking. Your boy Ram.
So I think we got about 5 inches.
Woo.
The breakaway on this is 450 foot. Yeah, 5 inches.
That's pretty impressive.
It's 2850 RPMs, 3250 IPMs, and 250 foot of torque, right? Ford? From what I remember.
I don't remember.
This is an awesome tool. It's not cheap though. So I think it's like 150, right?
The rigid right angle is 250. That's what it's rated for. Oh, wow. I suspect that it would really only hit about between 180 and 200. Although 140, it had no trouble. Like, yeah, done. Damn. DeWalt makes some nice looking tools.
This thing was ahead of its time, man. This thing came out about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. And it's still not as powerful as the M12 Stubby.
No, I think it is.
I said that it isn't. I said that just for the Milwaukee guys, just so they can.
Oh,
be like,
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say the Stubby's actually the M12 is actually not as powerful as this.
I don't know. Torque Test Channel had the M12 beat it, so
Really?
yeah. Sorry to break the news to you, sir.
Huh.
I could be wrong.
I'll have to go watch that one.
There is absolutely nothing near my post office, Rodney. My freaking post office is 5 miles the wrong direction. But I do have to go to the prison tomorrow, the local prison, to visit somebody. So maybe then. I don't know. Don't count on it.
Yeah, the DCF 901.
The DCF 923 is 450 foot-pounds. It's a little beast. Yeah. I really like... I've got the 900, the DCF 900. I've got the high torque from Rigid. I now have the 3 different subcompact impact wrenches from Rigid. I have 2 of their mid torques. And I got to be honest with you. You could get by with just a subcom. You don't need anything bigger. For most, we're not driving a tractor trailer. So the whole thing, it's my son, Panther. No. Anyway, you can't, like, for me, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, I have no need for 2 high torque impact wrenches. None. And if I didn't have the channel, I probably wouldn't have gotten them.
Right.
Because it just doesn't make sense. A subcompact or a mid torque. I drive a car. I drive a truck. I can break these things with like just the lug nut. I don't need anything real high to do stuff. 75, 85 foot-pounds for most cars, like trucks. A full-size truck, 110 to 125 foot-pounds. That's all you need. These guys that are out there and they're like, 250 pounds. It's because they don't know what they're doing and they shouldn't be using tools.
What the hell are you building?
What did Michelle do this time? Well, Michelle didn't do anything. Should I tell him?
That's up to you, sir. No, you shouldn't.
There you go. This is I only found out about it this morning.
There you go.
It was my Father's Day gift.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you guys. You're in the chat here. All right. When it comes to the impact wrenches, does it make any sense for you to have a 1,600 foot-pounds of torque impact wrench in your box if you only have a car or truck? My lawnmower is 61 inches. And I can tell you this, I don't need a high torque anything for that sucker.
Yeah.
Because of speed, a high torque, because of speed, it's not, you're not even going to notice the difference. A high torque to a mid torque impact wrench. I don't think. I could be wrong. You're free to disagree. Tell me why you think it's faster.
You might, but for a homeowner, it's not gonna. No.
Well, I'm going to take Ren's word on this one because he is more attuned to working on cars than me. But
yeah.
How big was your ex, Panther? Was that to get her into or out of bed?
That was the jack. Took a 3/4 socket.
Vid torque. which I already have. I understand.
Yeah, dude, the mid torque I think is where it's at. And that Milwaukee looks pretty sweet, by the way.
Yeah. If your truck is Mac or Peterbilt. That's pretty funny. Well, we started this off by talking about cults and the like that cultish personality around. Well, we're just glad to have you here. I'm in Miami Beach. Well, congratulations. I'm kind of jealous. But that cultish personality that has come from tool brands on social media in particular. For me, I've said it. I've been saying it for 2 years. If it's not absolute garbage, it's just personal preference. That's what it all boils down to. Your brand is what you like. Doesn't make it any better or worse. And I think that the majority of people should have a mixed platform. And the high torque won't take off like the Honda crank bolts. I don't know of a lot of homeowners that are removing the Honda crank bolt. Just have to hit it. If you could have one, it would be the mid torque. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, just to have it. Just to have it. Sorry. Sorry about that, Mark. No, I don't need a normal high torque. Me either. I use my high torque to remove wheels, axle nuts, crank bolts, etc. Most of the time, though, when putting the fasteners back on, I end up hand tightening or torque wrench, so I could do without. Understood. I don't have any high torques, and I work on 20-year-old Jeeps, mid torques all the way. Now, all you need these days. Renegade Garage, the famous Honda Bolt. Renegade's Garage, the famous Honda Bolt.
In case you guys missed it, this is the 12 volt. So 250 foot Titan 450 breakaway. This is 12 volts. This is all. I mean, more than what you need as a homeowner.
Yeah.
It'll break 150 on the truck because it's got 22s.
The only time I don't like them is when I don't.
Which is a bad idea. Don't put 22s in your truck. The 22s are actually back there. I bought stock 18s.
Well, Paul, we're glad you got out of that mess. Tool brands are rock bands. We all like different ones. I don't like I don't like music, but I don't like one brand. I like them all except for the teal one, which I hate. And the reason I hate it, the number one reason actually is their fans.
Yeah, the fans.
Fans are just disturbed people. But they're also overpriced, underpowered, underperforming. So I don't like them.
Yeah.
For a channel, for a guy that builds everything based on value, that's the one I will say I will stay away from. Like, it's like pulling teeth to get me to even look at them because I don't like them. So I stay away from them. And I do talk bad about them because they deserve it. For me, the high torque isn't just in case. It's like a trailer queen. Yeah, I literally have two. When I was doing the torque testing videos on all the drills and whatnot, I would use the rigid high torque to remove that 5/8 by 12-inch lag every single time to save the drill. That was the only purpose behind it. Why I used it, I have never used it on any vehicle outside of the first day I got it when I broke off a lug nut with it. Anyway, I never used it for anything outside of that one day. Never used it on a car because I just don't need to. That's just me. When I moved to Flex from Ryobi, I still bought into the lithium 18 plus line with a cordless Dremel station and cordless glue guns. There's nothing wrong with it. Have a variety. My battery currently is daiquiri. Is that what that says? Daiquiris? I don't know what it is. I think it's a daiquiri, but I don't.
His batteries, yeah, he's running on daiquiris right now.
Oh, okay. I run on that high puntane. Anyway, maybe it's just me. I don't know if anybody else runs on that, but I know this guy runs on nuts. What's up, John? Glad to have you back with us today. It's all right. You showed up late. We're actually getting ready to wrap up. I'm in the DeWalt line just because of an amazing pricing error. I'll go outside of DeWalt for tools I need. Milwaukee detail sander, Wen spindle sander, Ridgid nailer. Don't blame you.
Yeah.
A1A. The best tool you have is on your wall. And Makita's or Tinker Toys. Mark, I knew I liked you for some reason. You're right on with that. My Ryobi ratchet took out some 4-inch lag bolts the other day in my garage. The ratchet did. That's it. That's pretty impressive.
4-inch lag bolts. Oh, yeah. 4-inch lags. They're probably 3/8 diameter at the most.
Yeah.
They were running 5/16 all day. Actually, if you guys remember, whenever I mounted that TV by myself with one hand, whenever we're doing the live, when we were moving into that other room because we had to abandon the other one, we took a what do we use? We use that what brand is that? The pin screwdriver thing that they sent to me.
I don't remember the name of it. How am I supposed to remember that? I have Alzheimer's. You have stupid.
P-key. The P-key.
P-key, that's the one.
The legs of this sucker.
That's sad.
Well, we did it.
I'm deeply disappointed that you would even try.
And they were 5/16 diameter, and they were about 3.5 long. And it sunk them. And then we finished tightening.
The Ryobi scrubber does a good job on my grill and gas smoker. I actually bought both the long, the long one and the short one. I got them for my mom when she was living on her own to help her clean out her bathtub and her shower and do all that stuff that she couldn't do anymore. And kid you not, I have found myself really enjoying using them to wash windows. Makes window cleanup a breeze. I don't have to remove the screens. I can just done. It's fantastic. I really do like those Ryobi scrubbers.
Yeah.
Did Smurf do anything for you for Father's Day? No. I had someone say that if you could go only go one line, what it would be. I said Ryobi because of all the oddball tools nobody else has. I won't argue with you.
Yeah.
Not right now. I won't argue with you. Just depends on the setting, what you're using them for, but I would never go with just one brand.
Yeah. I would probably say DeWalt, man. They've got a lot of woodworking stuff. A lot. Planers and Milwaukee's getting there.
Yeah.
But DeWalt's always had like just different woodworking tools.
Oh, cool.
Biscuit joiner.
Yeah.
Joiner.
You know, I have done some woodworking in the past. I won't say I'm an expert. I won't say I'm even good at it. I do okay. I built some cabinets for church members. I built some cabinets for my house at a specified higher or taller rate than you can buy them in the store. For my 4'10" wife. Anyway, I built them. I enjoy it. Never needed a biscuit joiner. Never wanted a biscuit joiner. Vectoral domino is different, but that's because it's cool.
For cutting boards that are like this thin, domino is almost useless. Biscuit joiner is just like cheating with lining up things.
I'll tell you this: if I ever make a cutting board that thin, I'm just going to go buy one for $8 at freaking Walmart and etch my logo in it.
Yeah.
That's the way that'll go. I went to Direct Tools yesterday and bought some goofy Ryobi tools on sale, but I usually hide them in a DeWalt bag so friends in my garage don't see I have them and laugh at you. That's the part you left out. They're going to laugh at you if they find it out. Use your batteries for hobbies if they become cheap like they are on site. I'm in the DeWalt line too. That's all right. I'm 4 different tool lines myself. You're getting there. Speaking of the DeWalt planer, I got one for $140 last. That's ridiculous. It fell off a truck. Church with a mouth like that, there's no chance. This is the biggest one with trays and extra blood. Dude, I'm jealous. Shaka Gillis with the $2 super chat says, happy Makita and Ryobi month. Ryobi tools are trash. Well, thank you for the $2. We appreciate you, Shaka Gillis. Thank you so much. Well, guys, we have come to that time where we wish you all a good night. We appreciate you being here. We do this every Sunday on this channel, on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Tools and Tactics channel. Or if you prefer, you can call them fools and fat chicks. I'll be the fool. He'll be the fat chick. If you have to pick. We have come to the end. Yes, Shaka. But as is our standard fare here, when it is time to say our goodbyes to you all and thank you for being here, we would like to say from the bottom of our hearts to all you Makita guys, blow them like you know them. Y'all have a good one.
We'll see you later.